Hello everyone, my name is Oluwale Godwin and welcome to Normative Economics. Today we shall be talking about positive and normative economics. Okay, so what is positive economics? Positive economics is simply a branch of economics that deals with facts. Okay, it has no business with the opinions of people. Okay, so it doesn't require the opinion of people to be true or not. Okay, so positive economics deals with factual statements in economics. Okay, that are held to be true. Okay, in order to prove them or disprove them, what we just have to do is to gather data. Okay, do some analysis and see. Okay, if there is a relationship or not. Okay, so positive economics deals with is concerned with what is. Okay, so we are talking about what is presently happening. Okay, what's happened in the past. Okay, so it's either something happened in the past or nothing happened, and it's either something is happening or something is not happening. Okay, so I don't need to answer a no or a yes for a positive economic statement. Okay, so for the purpose of the definition, we have positive economics is a branch of economics that deals with factual statements that cannot be flawed. All right. In other words, they are facts. They do not need anyone's opinion to be true. They are concerned with what is. Okay, so now we have an example. Okay, we have two examples to better comprehend what we're trying to say. A rise in price generally reduces the quantity of a good demanded. Okay, so it's intentional to put generally there. Okay, that is to say that okay, generally overall. Okay, so when the price of a commodity rises, people have more tendency, okay, to reduce the demand for that commodity. Okay, so that is very very close to being a fact. Okay, so I don't need to say I think otherwise or I do not think otherwise. When this happens, when there is a rise in price, okay, generally, okay, there's going to be a reduction in the quantity demanded of a particular commodity simply because, okay, a rise in price means the good is now more expensive. Okay, then another example, too much money in circulation leads to inflation. Okay, so when there is too much money in circulation, okay, or when government prints too much money, people's income has increased. Okay, will increase. All right, aggregate income increases. Then what happens? People start going into the market to buy goods and services, and by so doing, aggregate demand rises. Okay, when aggregate demand rises, that forces the price to go up. That is, it forces the average price level to go up, and a change in price level is simply what we call inflation in economics. Okay, so this is a fact that when there is too much money in circulation, there is going to be inflation. Okay, so inflation is more of a demand demand pull inflation. All right, and the first one, a rise in price generally reduces the quantity of a good demanded. All right, so there we go. Now let's talk about normative economics. Normative economics is a branch of economics that deals with value judgments of people. Okay, it deals with what ought to be. Okay, for example, there could be capitalism in a particular state, country, or whatever, and then the factory workers get paid lower. Okay, or far lower than what they ought to get paid. Okay, let's say they are getting paid maybe 20,000 naira on a monthly basis, okay, as their salary. Okay, so normative economics would then come in the form of 20,000 naira is too small, okay, for what these factory workers are earning. It should be higher. Okay, so some people could say no, it doesn't have to be higher. That's just okay, and some could say it should be higher because the standard of living is far. The cost of living is far more than the wage that the factory is paid. So you can see that we have two parties, so one agreeing, one trying to disagree. Okay, so that's what normative economics is actually all about. It's value, it's based on value judgment. So people could agree, okay, and people could decide to disagree. But generally speaking, normative economics talks about the welfare of people. Okay, so and it's concerned with what ought to be. Okay, what ought to be. All right. So when we're talking about the welfare of people, okay, this is what is happening right now, but we don't want this. Okay, this is what it should be. All right. So and when we are saying this is what it should be, some would say I disagree with you, and some would say I agree with you. Okay. So using the factory workers example once again. Factory workers were receiving or are receiving 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira is positive. Okay, so when we say factory workers are receiving 20,000 naira, that's not the fact. So if that is what they are really getting paid, it's a fact. So I don't really have to disagree or agree. What we just have to do is to get to the factory and then ask everyone around, okay, how much are you getting paid, or just go into the general manager's office, or you understand. So there's a way to find out. Okay, so and when we've done that, we can and then realize if it is 20,000 or not. Okay, and when we now start talking about the other side, which is this amount is too small. Okay, it should be increased or lowered or whatever like that. So that's normative economics. So we have more examples on normative economics. Okay, one is more women should be allowed to work from home to raise additional household income. All right, so this is more of an opinion. Okay, it's not a fact. So someone could say that's not a point. Like, why should women work from home? Are the men not enough? Okay, men should be the breadwinners, women should stay at home and raise the kids, and so on and so forth. Another person could come and say, oh, that's a very good idea. Okay, so let women also work and support the men. Okay, and get where they are, get the ability to consume more goods. Okay, and just reduce the burden on the main breadwinner, which happens to be the husband. All right, so we see that for this statement, we could have two sides, okay, arguing for or arguing against, but generally this is based on the welfare of people. We are trying to increase the welfare of people by opinion, okay, that women should work more to raise additional household income. Okay, so the other example here is the Nigerian federal government ought to pump more money into the educational sector. Okay, so if you want to bring out the positive economics out of this, or the positive statement out of this, what we then need to find out is what is the federal government's allocation to the educational sector. Okay, so if it is 2 billion naira per year, so that is a positive statement. Okay, the allocation to the federal government allocation to the educational sector is 2 billion naira a year. So what we just have to do is just gather data. Is it true? So and when we gather data, we see that okay, it is 2 billion naira per year. Then that's just it. So it's a fact. So there's no point in arguing, or you understand? There's no point in arguing. Okay, so but then the other way around now is. The federal government is pumping 2 billion naira, okay, annually, but then we think, okay, the federal government should do more. All right, so and that's why we are saying the federal government ought to pump more money into the educational sector. So a part could say, no, the initial amount that the federal government is pumping is enough, okay, if it is judiciously used. Another party could say it is not enough even if it were judiciously used. Okay, so what we need to note when we're talking about normative economics is the fact that we use modal auxiliary verbs in order to make the statement. Okay, so we have a should here, which is a modal auxiliary verb, and we have ought to here, okay, which belongs to the same category of verbs. Okay, because it's more of a suggestion, it's more of an opinion. Okay, it's not a fact. Okay, we are just trying to say this ought to be, okay, this should be happening, okay, or if this happens, this is likely to happen, and and so on and so forth. Okay, so when we're talking about positive economics, we do not use those modal auxiliary verbs because we are not making suggestions. It's not our opinion. Okay, we are just trying to say what is factual, what we can see, what we can verify by data. Okay, so I hope we understand this two aspects of economics now, and I hope it doesn't confuse us in subsequent times. Okay, please, if you really enjoyed this video, we would like you to like the video and subscribe to this channel. You could as well share the video with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.